Hi guys, Kevin Al from Infinite Wealth here. Today's video, we're going to go through a review of the Hustler 60-inch Hyperdrive lawnmower. This one has a Vanguard 37 horsepower big block engine. I'll go through an overview of the machine. It's the first mow of the year here in Iowa, so we're going to go out in my yard. I'll show you how it mows, how quick it mows. And finally, I'll give you my opinion and the thoughts on this mower about whether it's proper for an individual residential homeowner. I'm not a lawn service or anything like that, so some people might think it's overkill. We'll kind of go through some thoughts I have on that.
Where did you
Hi guys, I'm here to do a review of the Hustler Hyperdrive Super Z. It's got a 37 horsepower Vanguard and a 60-inch deck. I've owned this mower for about 2.5 years. I'm not a lawn guy, I'm just on a residential acreage. Just want to give you a quick overview of things I've done to service it, getting ready for the spring, ready to go out for the first mow, and then just kind of some observations I've had over the last couple years of owning it. Okay, so I did just complete the springtime service. There's several things you have to do. You have to grease some zerks, sharpen the blades, clean under the deck, put air in the tires, check the oil, that kind of stuff. If you don't have one of these mowers, they're really easy to work on. You have grease zerks on the front spindle on the tire. You have 3 underneath that are on the blade spindles. You have 2 on each side here. You have 2 underneath on the back, on the pivot arm on the back of the deck, and then there is 1 more that is under on the pulley. That's the drive pulley for the machine. So just kind of starting at the front, this thing is built like an absolute tank, weighs 1,500 pounds. It is quite large, so it does take up quite a bit of room in the garage. It's got a suspension seat, the control arms. Lift the seat up here. Then underneath, this is the hydraulic oil reservoir. You got the battery. You've got your pumps, and then you've got the Parker motors for the wheel motors. This thing goes 16 miles an hour. Has an oil cooler to keep the hydraulic oil cool. Has about a 3-gallon capacity. You do have to change that at 50 hours, which I did last year, and then it's due again at 500 hours. This particular one has the 37 horse Vanguard EFI, more than enough power. Does okay on fuel. It seems to burn about 2 gallons every hour of use. I have 2.3 acres here, about 50 trees to go around. Takes me about 45 minutes if I go quick, and about an hour if I really take my time. So plenty of room. One other thing I have on it, I have a quick shoot. So if you're going by your flower beds, things like that, you can flip that down. You can flip it up partially, or then just flip it up all the way. So that is a nice thing to have. That makes it a lot nicer. Then it does have a welded on the front of it. Has a mount for a fertilizer spreader, which is over here. So it's got a front mounted fertilizer spreader for it too, which is nice. So I can also use it for that. But overall, this thing is built like a tank. Rides great, mows great. It's all serviced up, ready to go. It's ready to make the first cut on my yard, so we'll break off. We'll show you some of the pictures in my yard next. All right, I'm back. Just one thing to note, when you use your Hustler mower like that, you'll have to take a shower every time after you use it because it covers you with grass, because it throws grass like crazy out the side. Just some things to note. Today is April 28th. I generally mow the first mow on April 15th. It's been a little dry. I really should have mowed about a week ago. That section that I was cutting in normal speed was actually 7 to 9 inches tall. I mowed at a height of 3.5, so I just want to let you see kind of what the mower can do. Doesn't bog down, never bogs down no matter how thick or how tall it is. Did leave a little bit on top, but not too much, just some extra clippings. You can double cut, which I do sometimes. The first cut of the year, I didn't today. It wasn't too bad. So my Hustler is actually a 2016 model. I bought it in August of 2017. It was originally purchased by a commercial mowing operation. He said he didn't end up getting the contract he thought, so it had 16 hours on it when I bought it. So I bought it for $8,000 cash. Now you have to consider that is a huge discount, so those deals are out there. You just kind of have to watch for them. But even if you did have to pay full MSRP for it and you do have an acreage, I would say that it's well worth the money. So my previous mower that I had for about 10 years was a Hustler Fast Track. So that's kind of a higher end residential type mower. Had 20 horsepower Honda, 52-inch deck. It was a great mower. I have redone my yard over the years and it's a lot thicker. It was struggling to keep up with that. And I do live on a pretty large hill here, so I was starting to have trouble with the hydrostatic motors on those. So that's why I was looking for a Super Z. So the only two things I can think of as cons for the mower is, one is the price. It is a very expensive mower. You do have to consider though, if I had someone commercially mow my yard, it cost me between $125 and $150 a week. So that's $500 to $600 a month. And then over time, that's going to add up. When I did pay for the mower, I paid cash. So it's paid for. I should easily get 15 to 20 years out of the mower. At most, I'll use it 40 hours a season. So even at 20 years, you're at 800 hours. And these things go 2,000 to 3,000 hours easy without any problems. Then the only other complaint I'd have about the mower is mine does have the 60-inch deck. It's got a very wide track, so the 60-inch deck, I do have some trouble where it's almost as wide as the tire. So when you're going around trees and things like that, you have to be a little more careful so you don't hit the tire. My neighbor has a Super Z with a 72-inch deck. He has trouble with scalping. The 66-inch deck does not give you the troubles with the scalping. It has the extra 3 inches on the deck that sticks out, so when you're going around trees and things like that, you're less likely to hit the tire. Now on the plus side, the mower, it mows like an absolute beast. I can mow my 2.3 acres in 40 minutes with it if I go straight up and down the long way of my yard. My yard's a long rectangular shape. I usually mow diagonally. It takes me about an hour of actual mow time with the mower. The thing cuts great, stripes beautifully, never have any problem with it. Super easy to service. It's built like an absolute tank. Has the Danfoss transmissions and has Parker pumps. It's really not much for service. It has about a dozen grease zerks on it. Change the oil every 40 hours. Sharpen the blades every 8 hours. The only major thing I've had to do was change the hydraulic fluid in it. It was about 3 gallons worth. And the filter change, but I did that myself, cost about $125. Do that at 50 hours, then you don't have to do it again until 500 hours. Other than that, it's just basic maintenance and mows like a dream. I look forward to this time of year when I can start mowing again. Every minute I spend on the mower is well worth it and I enjoy it. My yard has never looked better, so if you are considering a mower like this, even if you are just an acreage owner, it's definitely worth it. Just think of it as you're spending the money as an initial investment. It's going to last you a long time, and in the long run, it's going to be cheaper than going like the Home Depot route, which I did when I first moved out here. That was a $3,000 mower, and I got barely 2 seasons out of it before it was destroyed. And it took 6 hours to mow my 2 acres. Thanks for watching my video today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch it. If you are interested in seeing more videos, please hit the subscribe down below. If you feel that this video is useful to you, hit the like. And if you'd like to leave a comment about anything you'd like to see in future videos, I'll make videos about anything you guys comment on. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.